Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. My name is Abdul Subha Muhammad, and this is the first class of First Steps towards the wonders of the Arabic language. I hope all of you are ready to make your first step, and inshallah ta'ala this will be your first step, and inshallah your last first step towards the acquisition of this wonderful language. So I sent you all the copy of the book. Inshallah, I think all of you should have received a copy of the book already, in addition to the Quizlet. And so before you access this video, you should have gone through the first 10 vocabulary words. You should have a fairly good understanding of what the words mean. If you have any difficulty with the explanation, with the pronunciation of any of the words, you can communicate that to me, and inshallah I can provide you with an audio file that provides the actual pronunciation of the word. So let's just get right into it. I hope you had a chance to read the introduction of the book. The introduction is really important to understand why we study the Arabic language, and it just provides a few pointers and a few indicators in terms of the history of the Arabic language, and in terms of why it's important to us as Muslims to learn the language. How to use this book. I hope you had a chance to read that as well. This book is for people who can actually read the Arabic language. If you cannot, I advise you to either get a teacher or to access the plethora of material that's on YouTube that takes people step by step towards becoming literate in the Arabic language. It'll be very difficult to go through the book without being able to read. In terms of commitment, what I would like to see is everyone commit to at least 3 vocabulary words a day. If you're able to commit to 3 vocabulary words a day, you'll be able to memorize and manipulate all of the vocabulary that's in this book effortlessly. Little tongue twister there. You'll be able to manipulate all the words without any problem. I'm just going to avoid that word. Manipulate all the words without any problems. In terms of grammar, they're going to be repeated. The vocabulary words are going to be repeated throughout the book. I'm going to be stressing them in the class. And so if you just make that commitment to yourself, maybe find some place where you can write down the vocabulary words in a very systematic way, produce your own dictionary, get some flashcards. I mean, that's one of the ways that I was able to learn Arabic and other languages, is to get flashcards and make sure you don't lose the flashcards, have a place to properly store your flashcards, and so that you don't forget the words. You'll notice in the Quizlet there are many exercises. So and I can actually see who accesses the Quizlet or not. So if you're doing them, I can see that you're doing them. And if you're doing them and going through your cards, whether you're at work, you just pull out your cards when you have a free moment and just go through the vocabulary words one at a time to make sure. And so the more you repeat, the less you will have to repeat in the future, inshallah ta'ala. So let's see what else. Okay, so that's it. We'll just get right into it. So we're going to go to Unit 1. We'll start at Unit 1. And the introduction is this unit. We will learn how to introduce yourself. So hopefully when we finish this unit, you'll be able to introduce yourself, ask very simple questions. You'll be able to understand the difference between masculine and feminine nouns. You'll be able to use the word is, am, and are. Obviously, there's no word in Arabic for is, am, are. So we'll learn how to use how we use the word is, am, are in English. We'll learn how to use that in the Arabic language. We'll also learn how to use a and n. In Arabic, there is no word for A and N, and so we'll learn how to use those. And form definite nouns. So definite nouns are things that are known, like the pen, the man, the house. So there's a little note there where it says in Arabic there are two types of sentences. The first sentence is a sentence that begins with a noun. So Muhammad Mawjood. That's a sentence, a jumla ismiya, that's a sentence that begins with a noun. And the second one is a sentence with its first word beginning with a verb. So kharaja Muhammad, Muhammad left. That's what it means. So that's just a side note, so you don't get confused when you see a word or sentence beginning with a verb. So we're going to read the vocabulary and read the translation. These are not direct translations. I don't believe in any language has a direct translation, and so we just do the best that we can with these translations. So the first word is hadihi. So this, or this is, for feminine singular noun. Men, it's who, so asking a question, men. Hada is this, or this is, for a masculine singular noun. Talib is a male student. As you notice, I said a male student. Talib. And tullab. Tullab is male students. So as you notice, most of the nouns, I'm going to give you the singular and the plural of the noun. This is really going to help you because as you can see, there's not necessarily any pattern that you're going to be able to identify as you move forward. So instead of you having to struggle with finding the singular and the plural, I'm just going to provide them for you. And so the next one is taliba. Taliba is a female student, and talibat is female students. We have huwa, which is he, hiya, which is she, anti, which is you. It could also mean you are, feminine singular. Anta, you are, masculine singular. Ana, I, or I am. La, meaning no. Na'am, yes. And wa, for and. So there's a few grammatical points that we'd like to cover really quickly. The first one is titled the subject and the predicate. So in a sentence with its first word being a noun, there must be a subject and a predicate, such as I am a student. Ana talib. So as you can see, there's no word for M or A. So ana would be I, and it's implicit that you're saying I am because there's a noun there. Ana talib. Talib is a student, a student. The second point is regards to verbs. So the verbs is, am, and are in the English language. So in the Arabic language, there's no word for is and are, like we said. Like I am a teacher. This word am doesn't exist. The words ana talib, with ana meaning I and talib meaning student, would be translated in Arabic as I am a student. Similarly, men, as we mentioned above, means who, and anta is you, referring to a masculine singular. So men anta, who are you? So with men meaning who and anta meaning you, would translate into Arabic as who are you? And these things will become more evident and clear as we provide examples. So don't worry about it if you're struggling a little bit. So words A and N, there's also no word for A and N. There's a lot of no words in Arabic for these types of things. Like in English, I am a teacher. So the words A and N are implicit. Adjectives and pronoun agreement. So the adjective follows a number or pronoun in gender and number. So we're not going to delve too heavily into this right now. We're going to provide you with examples. You'll be able to pick up the examples, implement the examples, and and move forward, inshallah. So indicating a question. At this stage, we're going to use simply the letter alif to indicate a question. That's how you pronounce it. So for example, أهذا طالب, أهذا طالب, أهذا طالب. It translates into English as, is this a student? We can also say, هو محمد, هو محمد, is this Muhammad? هذه مريم, هذه مريم, is this Maryam? So the next one is masculine and feminine nouns. So there are masculine and feminine nouns like there are in a lot of different languages, like particularly Spanish. Feminine nouns are identified by words referring to a female, such as the word girl. So the word girl is feminine. I would hope so. It's feminine. The word woman is feminine. The word daughter is feminine. So you also see this ta. It's called the ta al-marbuta, marbuta, such as kalima, kalimatu, at the end of the word, indicating that it is a feminine noun. So when you see this ta marbuta, you automatically know that the noun is feminine. Or an adjective, such as in the case of taliba, which means a female student. In addition, there are three more. If the object that you're talking about is three or more inanimate objects for the plural, we also use the feminine form. So regardless if the origin is singular or plural. So if it's an inanimate object means it's not a person. So if you're talking about three or more books, then you would say hadihi. You will refer to that thing as a noun. If you're talking about three or more cars, for example, that would be plural. If you're talking about three or more schools, three or more cameras, three or more pens. So for example, qalam is pen. It's masculine. However, you would say aqlam, you refer to pens as feminine because it's three or more inanimate objects. And like I said, don't worry too much about them. We're going to be using them. They're going to be examples and they're going to be exercises throughout the book, throughout the chapter, throughout the unit that you'll be able to practice and get through, inshallah ta'ala. So definite noun forms. The word the is formed by simply adding alif and lam in the beginning of an improper noun. So such as qalam, you would say al-qalam. So the pen, al-qalam. Similarly, if you say book, kitab, you would say the book, al-kitab. So there's a note there for us in the vocabulary section. The singular and plural nouns will be provided. I said that already. So let's move on. So the conversation, introductions. The title is Introductions, and the instructions is to read the conversation with a partner. You have person A, you have person B. So if you are at home, you have another person who can read Arabic at work or somewhere online, I would encourage you very much to read these conversations over and over again with someone. It'll help with your fluency. It'll help you to retain the vocabulary, and it'll also help the grammatical patterns and the things that we discussed, help that stuff sink in. So person A would simply ask a question, Men anta. Person B would say, Ana Muhammad, Ana Talib. Waman anti? Person A, Ana Safiya, Ana Taliba. Waman huwa? Huwa Hasan. Waman hiya? Hiya Majida. So we'll read that again, and this time we will provide the English translation. So person A, Man anta, who are you? Referring to a singular male. Person B, Ana Muhammad, I'm Muhammad. Ana Talib, I'm a student. Waman anti, and who are you? Referring to a female, singular. Ana Safiya, I'm Safiya. Ana Taliba, I'm a student. Waman huwa, And who's that? Referring to a masculine singular. Huwa Hassan. He's Hassan. Waman hiya. And who's that? And who is she? Sorry, referring to a female singular. Hiya Majida. She is Majida. Below you can find the translation that I just provided. And so we're going to skip that and we're going to go directly to exercise 1. So exercise 1, what we want you to do is we want you to make a sentence or a question with the words provided. So remember, the questions, the only question forms that I provided above is using the question words such as men, and what? And a. Using men and a. So you can use either one of them to make a question at this stage. So the first one, the word, number 1 it's hadihi and men. So what would that sentence or question be? Right, you would say men hadihi. The second question is طالبة and anti. So in this question here, you can ask a question and you can make a statement. You can say anti طالبة, or you can say anti طالبة. The first one meaning, are you a student, female, singular? And the second one would be, you are a female student. Question number 3. The words are هذا طالب. And you can make a statement or a question in this case. You can say أهذا طالب? Is this a student? Masculine, singular. Or you can say هذا طالب. This is a student, masculine, singular. Number 4. أنا من. And this would be a question. You would say من أنا. Number 5. The words include men and hiya. And this will also be a question. You would say من هي. Exercise number 2, we ask you to indicate whether the sentence is correct or incorrect. If the sentence is in fact incorrect, you make the sentence correct. So the first sentence is هذه أنت. Is this correct or incorrect? Right, it's incorrect. You should say هذه صفية or هذه مريم. Number 2, أنت طالبة. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? Right, it's correct. أنت طالبة. You are a female student. The third sentence, من. That definitely sounds familiar. They use that here a lot, but it's not necessarily correct. No, men is not correct. You can say من هو, or من هي, or من أنا, or من أنت, or من أنتِ. The fourth sentence, أنا طالب. Is this correct or incorrect? Right, it's correct. أنا طالب. I am a male student. Number 5, هذا طالب. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? Right, this sentence is correct. So we'll stop here today. Inshallah, we'll resume the next class following with the exercise number 3. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.